What's good, YouTube? Boy, 27 what you got. Michael Jordan's Insight to Excellence Part 2 NBA on NBC. So we already watched his first one. I have a playlist created of all the Jordan NBA NBC moments because we're going to watch every single one of them most likely. Let's get right into this video and see what that GOAT, the true GOAT, has to say.
The term load management has become such a hot button in the NBA.
How I know you were going to talk about that one?
Because you played 80 games a lot. A lot. You played 82. What do you think of when you hear the term load management thrown around?
It shouldn't be needed, first and foremost. You know, I never wanted to miss a game because it was an opportunity to prove.
It was an opportunity to prove. You see, the thing about Jordan is, in the video I watched before, I learned that Jordan always played like he had a chip on his shoulder. I feel like a lot of players nowadays don't be having that same mindset mentality. I'm not sure what y'all call it, Gen X, if the mindset shift has just changed over the years, but I think it's mainly because of Jordan's upbringings, for real. I'm not gonna lie.
It was something that I felt like, you know, the fans are there to watch me play. I want to impress that guy way up on top who probably worked his ass off to get a ticket or to get money to buy the ticket.
You really cared about the guy who sat in the top deck at the Palace in Auburn Hills to watch you when you came to Detroit?
Yeah, because I know he's probably yelling at me and I want to shut him up. You know,
I like that point because there's a lot of times where, like, I've seen where people post online, they bought a ticket, they use their hard-earned money to go buy a ticket, and then their favorite superstar is load managing that game. So imagine you take your family out, and you want to watch your favorite player play, you want to surprise your family, and then he's just not playing because he's trying to take a break from work or he's just trying to take an off day. I like the mentality that Jordan has about this, bro, because even the fans at courtside, the nosebleeds, the special suites, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where they're sitting at, why they're there, but the fans are there to watch the players play. And even if they're there to root against you, like Jordan says, at least you can shut them up.
Calling me all kinds of names, I definitely want to shut him up.
Right.
You have a duty that if they're wanting to see you, and as an entertainer, I want to show, right? So if the guys are coming to watch me play, I don't want to miss that opportunity. Now, physically, if I can't do it, then I can't do it. But physically, if I can do it, and I just don't feel like doing it, that's a whole different lens.
So give me the first time that you came to that fork in the road in your career where you could have sat down and missed a game.
You know what Jordan just pointed out about physically if you can do it, but if you don't feel like doing it, not doing it. He's proven we have a lot of divas in the NBA right now. Because if you just act on your emotions and don't do things because you don't feel like it, what does that make you?
You fought through.
Third game of the season, started my career.
Okay.
I twisted my ankle, and I had a teammate, David Greenwood. He says, you know, you twist your ankle, young fella, come over and sit with me. You know, this is you need to. I said, no, man. I'm trying to make a name for myself. There's no way I can sit. You know, I need to get out there and show what I'm capable of. I want to play. I want to win. I want to make an impact. And I twisted my ankle. I taped it up, and I went back out, and I played. You know, and I felt that. I always felt that. I always felt the necessary need that I could never leave my comrades out if I could perform, right? Even if I couldn't. You know, Utah, great example. You know, everybody said the flu game. It's game 5, which is a very pivotal game. I was going to find a way to get out there, even if I was a decoy. Well, once I got out there, you know, you never know how, you know, pushing yourself, you never know what happens, right?
So that night you got out there and you found you could do more than you thought you were going to be able to do.
Next thing you know, the emotions, the situation, the need of the team, you know, all those things catapulted me to, I'm going to gut this thing out. You know, back to your point of what load management is, you know, you play basketball 2.5 hours a day, 3 hours a day, right? That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours?
Yo, the NBA messed up bringing Jordan, bro, because he's speaking of facts. Everything y'all be saying, we agree on, he's speaking about it. And it's true. These players get paid to hoop. They get paid to hoop. And how Jordan brought up about the flu game, about how he played even though he felt bad. How many times have y'all been in situations where, like, you didn't want to do something or just felt like not doing it, but then when you did it, you got such a way better outcome. I don't know. That's happened to me multiple times. Like, there's been times where like I've not wanted to show up somewhere, or I'd not wanted to film, for example. And then at that time I showed up or I filmed, I got an outcome that I wouldn't even expect. I showed up and got a new connection. I filmed this video and the video did great and I didn't even expect it to. Like, there's just so many times where you don't feel like doing it, you should still do it because you never know the outcome, like what Jordan said. And a lot of these players that get paid, all these players get paid to hoop for 2 to 3 hours a day. You could suck it up for a couple hours just to hoop, even be a decoy like Jordan said. And plus, if you in the NBA, I expect you to love the game somewhat. You know, like, when you love something, you're going to do whatever you got to do it. So I don't understand it. And I see Jordan doesn't either.
Right. That's your job. That's what you get paid to do as an NBA player. What are you doing the other 21 hours? I mean, to me, that's when you should be preparing for your next day of work or your next, challenge. Now, I'm the worst. Maybe I'm not one of the guys that you would probably model that, or
I was going to say, did you do that every time?
You should think about that in retrospect of what load management really is. I always felt like one is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying. Right. Two is a sense of making sure that I stay sharp. I'm not going to lose it. And three, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can disrupt that synergy.
So before I make this point, I want to go back to what Jordan just said about his 3 things.
Load management really is. I always felt like one is a sense of pride for the fans that are paying. Right. Two is a sense of making sure that I stay sharp. I'm not going to lose it. And three, I want our rhythm as a team to always be there. It can.
2 out of the 3 points Jordan made for why he still plays, no matter how he feels, were because of the team, because of his teammates keeping rhythm, and because of the fans. And that shows selflessness from Jordan. The second reason was he wanted to stay sharp. You could take that how you want, either him being whoop the whoop, but what I got for that is Jordan definitely was selfless in the way he hooped, or in the way he just thinks about certain things, because he's going out there not only for himself to show what he can prove, but to also show the fans what he can do and what the Bulls organization been doing in the offseason, how they've been practicing, the hard work they've been putting in, and to put on a show. Like you said, he's an entertainer and he wants to do his job to the best of his ability. I feel like this is a lot. Like, the more I look into Jordan and this way he talks and thinks, it makes a lot of sense to me on why he's as good as he was in the GOAT. Because you have to really have, it starts in the head, bro. You have to have that mindset Jordan has to be as great as he is. Like, it's crazy.
Disrupt that synergy that's happening.
So we're going to get into the speech. This is like this minute speech y'all wanted me to watch. I'm just going to get into it right here.
Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I led you to believe it was easy when it wasn't. Maybe I made you think my highlights started at the free throw.
Shout out Nocturnal in the comment section for saying this.
And not in the gym. Maybe I made you think that every shot I took was a game winner. That my game was built on flash and not fire. Maybe it's my fault that you didn't see that failure gave me strength, that my pain was my motivation. Maybe I led you to believe that basketball was a God-given gift and not something I worked for every single day of my life. Maybe I destroyed the game. Or maybe you're just making excuses.
Bro, that last line gave me the chills, I'm not gonna lie. So Jordan NBC has been really, I like this so far. He's been putting his output on the game, and I feel like we're gonna get more Jordan getting more more direct. I feel like we're gonna get more direct criticism from Jordan because they're gonna get it out of him. I know he has some things to say, but if you enjoy this video, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Like and subscribe for more content. We're on the road to 10K subs. Thank y'all. So let's subscribe so we can get there.